families' homes and impact the community one family at a time.
We're so happy for you guys.
Witness the transformation on Welcome Home.
Tim Daly Ford in Spanish Fork offers a large inventory of Ford vehicles, including a selection of cars and trucks, providing a range of transportation choices. From the Ford Fusion sedan and the Edge crossover SUV to a range of pickups including the F-150. Each product line comes with options to enhance performance, comfort, and safety. Think Ford, think Tim Daly Ford in Spanish Fork.
You're watching BYU TV on KBYU DT Provo, Salt Lake City.
Coming up on BYU Basketball with Dave Rose, the Cougars pick up a huge home win and now get set for Gonzaga. Former Zag Jesse Wade and staffer Garrett Fawcett join the head coach and me as BYU Basketball with Dave Rose starts now.
Inside, 8 scores with 2 seconds. It is all over.
Jimmer from 40 feet. Good! He got it! To Yo drives to the rim.
It's an all-timer in the rivalry.
I just thought that it was a great team win because so many guys stepped up and came in and made really winning plays for us.
Rips and steal by Celius. All the way to the rim. And down. To Yo, fade away. Yeah! Payne, hands low to Gavin. Who dumps it home?
This is BYU Basketball with Dave Rose, presented by Siegfried and Jensen. Live from Studio C in Provo, Utah, with your host, the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell.
Good evening once again, Cougar Nation. Welcome back inside the beautiful BYU Broadcasting building on campus in Provo. Great to have you along for our weekly hour-long look inside Cougar Hoops here on BYU TV and BYU Radio. You can use the hashtag Rose Show to get your questions in on Twitter, as well as the BYU TV Sports Facebook and Instagram accounts. We've got Q&A coming up later on. Joined on our on-court set by the head coach of the Cougars, Dave Rose, a well-rested Coach Rose after the big win last Thursday. Saturday off, but it's back to work, back to practice, and getting ready for another weekend here at home.
It was a good week, and it felt the couple days, you know, where we didn't have a game on Saturday felt like a long time. I mean, it was it's been a while since we got in the league grind and actually had a bye week. Since the last 2 years, we've actually just gone straight 9 weeks, 18 games. So I think our guys, it was interesting on Monday to get them back together, and we gave them Friday off. They had a good workout Saturday morning early, and then we got back together Monday and a couple good practices, get ready to play the Zags.
With the league schedule starting in the new year as opposed to around Christmas, and with 2 fewer games, everyone gets 2 byes this year.
Yeah, and Gonzaga's on a bye too.
Yeah.
They played Thursday night as well, had an unbelievable game against Santa Clara, and then they negotiate. I think it's a little bit different for us because Sunday is always our day off. Other programs, they massage that, you know, that weekend and how it works, and I usually go a couple days on, you know, a couple days off. But for us, it's interesting trying to navigate. I don't like to give them, you know, more than a day and a half or so. I always try to figure it out in hours. So sometimes I say, listen, you got 3 days off because you got a couple hours from one day and a couple hours from another day. But they don't see it that way.
Put them on either end.
They don't see it that way.
Yeah. It was BYU's first WCC bye week. It was a 1-game week with the St. Mary's in town. And the Cougars looking for their second win in the last 3 against the Gales. This was last Thursday night at the Marriott Center. And pretty back and forth for the first part of the first half.
Well, our game plan early was to make them, you know, individually one-on-one go against. We were going to hug those shooters because we really felt like those 3-point shooters are what make them go. And so what happened is Fitz got about 4 or 5 drives right straight to the basket, and then we kind of changed things a little bit, made adjustments. But they did miss their first 13 threes, which was a real advantage for us. And
this was your first 3, I think.
There's a huge basket by McKay in the corner, and, you know, got us a lead. And then he makes another drive right down the middle, and I think he thought he got fouled there. But great offensive rebound here by Zach and Yo, and we end up putting that back. And offensive rebounds were really, you know, the advantage was obviously St. Mary's, but we had 11 of our own, which really helped us. Big 3 by Yo Traylon, you know, on the break. there's Gav with nice work around the basket and being able to finish that and get it in. You know, this was an interesting play at the end of half. We had a play call. They got the guys in, and then we kind of kicked it out of bounds, and we had a 1.6 seconds. But what was really great about this is that as soon as that went out of bounds, all our guys stood up on the bench, all the guys on the court, they knew exactly what play we were going to run with 1.6 on the side, and we got that thing to Yo, and he made obviously a pretty impressive shot there
great touch
to give us some momentum going in. And then, you know, the second half, we were good. We were on a roll. We were executing. You don't play too many halves, you know, without turning the ball over, and we just seemed to have, you know, great chemistry with our guys, being able to execute. Here's a great play by Nick in transition, where he, look at his 1-on-5, and he gets to the basket, gets between them all. Great play by Zach. He had kind of a tough call right before that on an offensive rebound that I thought maybe they were a little overzealous on the call, but he went and made that steal and then dunked. Zach's feeling a lot better. There's an interesting way to execute a play, but we got the basket, you know, at the end, and it's just a bunch of guys playing together and pulling together, and then defend this last possession right here and come up with a nice win. So,
ball game, 5-point win for BYU over St. Mary's, and again, now 2 of 3 have gone the Cougars' way against the Gales. Take a look at some numbers of note, and BYU outshoots St. Mary's, which is not easy to do, Coach. So the Gales are one of the best shooting teams in the country.
The biggest number on there is turnovers. You look at the differential between the turnovers, and that really kind of helped us offset the 17 offensive rebounds to our 11 offensive rebounds because of possessions and how you go. But I do think 14 assists shows how we were playing, and the 5 assists shows our game plan where we were trying to isolate them and just make them make plays by themselves, one-on-one, and not be able to get that ball and spit it around and, you know, catch and shoot threes. And it was good for us. I'll tell you another thing that was interesting with that is, you know, we did a really good job on Jordan forward to keep him from having a huge night. McKay and TJ, and you know, that we had a lot of Zach guarded him a little bit, you know, and Connor Harding guarded him a little bit, so everybody got a little shot. But we tried to keep him, you know, from going to his right and making plays off his left hand, and it really helped us. And then 2 nights later, when they played Pepperdine, Colby Ross was locked in on that right shoulder, and I think it really helped them because Pepperdine got a big win over St. Mary's 2 nights later.
Yeah, Wave showed what they're capable of, but you saw it firsthand. Colby becomes player of the week. They played him as well as you can play him.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting when you have bye weeks because you start thinking about who has the advantage and who doesn't have the. Pepperdine's sitting on St. Mary's, and they didn't play on Thursday. And so St. Mary's has to come in after a tough game here, tough travel, you know, get to Malibu, do that thing, and you know, it was just, you know, an overtime game. You know, anybody can win an overtime game, obviously. And but that Saturday was interesting. St. Mary's took a loss. San Francisco took a loss. San Diego had a huge win over San Francisco. So, anyways, the way it all plays out coming back on Monday is that, you know, we're tied with San Francisco in second place, and now everybody goes and kind of does it again.
Take a look at our league standings in a bit, but Thursday's win, we'll go through them right now. Gonzaga at the top, and then you've got that second place tie between the Cougs and the Dons at the 5-2, and then a jumble with 4 teams, either 4-3 or 3-4. So a lot to be decided as BYU hits the halfway pole, and Coach, you will be at the halfway mark after Thursday.
Yeah, even though we haven't played everyone, but we're at the halfway mark. But this will be obviously a really big game in the standings. I mean, someone's got to beat Gonzaga to make it a race, and you know, we've been able to do that, you know, in past years, and hopefully our guys will be ready. This is you know, obviously a home game for us, and they've actually played really well in here the last 2 times in, and so we're going to have to, you know, have a game plan to kind of slow them down, and especially as hard as they're playing last night. I mean, last week I'm watching the Gonzaga Santa Clara game again today, and it's just amazing to think that it's 78-33 at one time in that game. And I'm stop the film and I get a paper to try to add it up to make sure that I can realize that they're up 45 points.
I was doing the same thing this morning.
is that really is that 35 or is that 45? And so, you know they're playing really well, and we're going to have our hands full, but our guys are excited to play.
That game got to 14-0, and then Santa Clara never really got back into it. And there was a point late in the first half, it was like 50-10, and it was legit. It was happening from everywhere, too.
Yeah, and it was happening with a lot of guys. That's the really impressive thing about Gonzaga is that you can lock up a few guys, and then they can bring in other guys that and they all have real strengths, but I think each one of them's got some weaknesses in their game, and hopefully we can find a way to exploit that and then get our guys playing really clean basketball like we played the other night.
The game stats we see are presented by Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Now, the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway, and it is a home game for BYU. 2 of them this weekend, as a matter of fact, and the Cougs have won 10 of 11 at the Marriott Center this year. 5-game win streak. Houston came in, got one, and since then, Coach Rose, another 5 more wins in a row for you.
Yeah, and what Houston did really well, that our guys they all understand, is they came in and they really controlled the tempo of that game. And we have to be better offensively, and we have to be better defensively in order to get ourselves in a position where we can increase the tempo a little bit. Obviously, that wasn't a fluke. Houston's first team in
19-1 now, I think.
21.
20-1 now.
First NCAA team to 20 wins. Are the Cougs, and so it's a good team, and this is a really good team we got coming in here. So we'll look forward to maybe redeeming that one loss.
Okay, all right. Houston ranked 13th, and Gonzaga ranked 4th.
Yeah.
You've played Nevada, who's been good all year. You've had a good schedule.
These guys have, I think they've really competed, and they put themselves in a position where I think one of the most important things about our team right now is that I think our best basketball is ahead of us. I think that some teams get to a point where they played their best, and I think this group, the way that McKay and Luke has really kind of come on to help us, and Gav's coming on, and we'll get Shear back this week, and I think that we've got some really good basketball ahead of us. Looking forward to it. Segment
1 is done, and it's your day-to-day Cougar sports play-by-play with Spencer Linton and Jerem Jordan. It's BYU Sports Nation. Tomorrow, you'll get college basketball stats man Ken Pomeroy and BYU women's basketball head coach Jeff Judkins tomorrow, noon Eastern on BYU TV and BYU Radio. Coming up after the break, Coach Rose looks to the weekend ahead as the Cougars' 3-game homestand concludes. This is BYU Basketball with Dave Rose here on BYU TV and BYU Radio.
The big moment, championship game, down by 2, 10 seconds left. Inbound pass, Johnson's got the ball.
In their hearts, your kids have always been champions. It's only a matter of unlocking their potential. So give them a place to dream. A place where, every day, they can shape themselves into what they can become.
He made it! And the crowd goes wild!
Champions start here. Sport Court.
You're watching Super Tuesday on BYU TV, presented by Siegfried and Jensen.
Gather around for family movie nights on BYU TV. Experience the true story of a baseball coach who, after making a deal with his young team to try out for the major leagues, discovers that it's never too late to turn your dreams into reality. Grab the popcorn and hit the lights for family movie nights all this month on BYU TV.
Okay, welcome to life. Can I get you started with some education?
Charity! Charity! Tomato best, lobster best.
Delish.
I've got a thing with heights, man.
Don't look down. Woo!
Check all the basic adjustments that make the car run good.
Oh my gosh.
That was a fun day.
Hi, I'm Dave McCann. You're watching BYU TV. See the good in the world.
Welcome back to BYU Basketball with Dave Rose, presented by Siegfried and Jensen. Here's our broadcast schedule for the week. Fourth-ranked Gonzaga in town Thursday on BYU Radio and ESPN2. You see the tip time late again. It'll be 10 o'clock pregame Eastern on the radio. Then Saturday, it's BYU hosting LMU, another first-time opponent for BYU this year. It'll be on BYU TV and BYU Radio. More reasonable game time, 7 o'clock Mountain, with an 8 o'clock Eastern time radio pregame. It is Gonzaga this week. BYU's already played St. Mary's twice, looking to play Gonzaga and LMU for the first time this season. And the Zags are up first and nationally ranked. We're in the top 5. They've won 9 in a row. They've lost just the 2 times on the year. And if they get a win at some point here this week, hopefully not Thursday, they'll have another 20-win season. And Coach Rose, you know how difficult it is to get 20-win seasons. Just keep ticking them off year by year. Hope no one takes them for granted because they're hard to get.
Especially in January. I mean, you lock that thing up before we even get to the month of February. But I think that the Zags are obviously right now the class of the league and maybe the class of the West Coast. I mean, I think they're the best team west of the Mississippi. And maybe you can throw that program in there that they've done year after year. And I've been to the Final Four in the last couple of years. And so we're looking forward to playing them and getting a shot at them. And I think that anytime you get a team ranked in the top 5 on your home floor, that's a really exciting thing for your players and hopefully your fans, and hopefully we get a good crowd. It's the one thing that I think everybody can feel really good about is that even though it is a 9 o'clock game, it's the last 9 o'clock game that we have. And so as you're preparing and just get up 2 hours later and then turn the clock back for the whole day, just think about the fact that it's the last time we have to do that. And as difficult as it is for the fans, it's the same for the guys, the players, the coaches. It's the longest day ever for a coach, having a 9 o'clock tip. And it reminds me of the days years and years ago that we had 10 o'clock tips in here on the big Mondays back in the day. So be thankful that it's just a 9 o'clock shot. So all those things can help you get your mind right for the big game.
Very good. Since you joined the WCC in 2011, 2012, you've got the most wins of anybody against Gonzaga. You and St. Mary's, each with 5. USD's got 1. USF's got 1. And the rest have nothing.
Yeah, they've dominated this league, and I think that's and the thing that's really impressive about that is they get everybody's best shot. I mean, that's what you do. Your guys are ready. Your preparation is ready. Our practice today, we had to kind of scale it back a little bit at the end because you want to keep them all, healthy, ready to go, and not get hurt in these things. But knock on wood. But We'll tip this thing up, and I think the one thing you'll get is an energetic, exciting arena full of, I think just real urgency and excitement in the game.
Before the show started, I'd heard some of Coach Few's post-practice comments from this afternoon talking about the Marriott Center, and he said, we played at a lot of places already this year. It's as good and as passionate environment as any place that we've played or will play, is what Coach said. And
he's pretty impressed. He gets his guys ready to play in here too. I think that, but they've got a great home court advantage. But there's 6,000 or 7,000 people in there. When you fill this up, it's up close to 20,000 people, and with that same excitement, that same feel, it creates an atmosphere that is unique. And Mark's been around. He's played, all over the country, and he tells me every time he sees me, he said, "Man, that thing is awesome when it's going." And I said, "Well, it's usually going when you're in there, so hopefully we'll have it going again this week."
And BYU still in the top 25 in attendance, by the way, after this past week. It's a Thursday situation. It's all about Thursday, but we do sneak peek at Saturday real quickly. Second game of the weekend, we'll have LMU coming in. And again, first time you're going to see the Lions this year. And probably Mike Dunlap's best team maybe of his tenure, right?
No question. And he's got a great point guard, a couple inside guys that he can really rely on. But this James Bateman is as exciting a point guard to watch as anybody around. And they're playing, they're playing really well. They got a big win on Saturday. Did they beat Santa Clara? I think
on the road.
They did on the road. And it's a team that kind of controls tempo a little bit, and we'll look forward to jumping on them Thursday night about 11 15 or maybe 12.
When that 9 o'clock game ends.
That 9 o'clock game's over.
Yeah. Before we head to break, a quick note about the BYU women's basketball team. They've won 11 straight games. They're nationally ranked, and they'll take to the road while you guys are here at home. They'll play at LMU and Pepperdine. Juddy's team back on BYU TV, as you can see there, a week from Thursday with a Marriott Center matinee that day against St. Mary's. But Juddy's team has it going right now.
Great. I think that it's interesting for me because I've worked here for a long time and know the women's teams have had great teams here, but I never get to sit. We would get to see them where my office was. But where my office is now in the annex, these girls are in there every morning. You know, they're there late at nights. It's amazing how hard they work, and a huge win over Gonzaga at home a couple of weeks ago. But the consistency that they had, you know, they've won a lot of really tight games, close games, and you win 11 in a row, you've got yourself a nice squad, and good luck to them. I think they're nationally ranked this week.
Back in the polls, yeah.
So good luck to Jeff and that team. That's a big road trip. You know, there's two teams that, you know, everybody thinks you're going to beat, and it's hard to beat both those teams on the road. So good luck to them.
Kudos to Coach Judkins and the Cougs. All right, coming up next, your questions and Coach Rose's answers. It is Q&A time as BYU Basketball with Dave Rose continues here on BYU TV and BYU Radio.
BYU Basketball with Dave Rose is brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 25 years. And by Nissan, innovation that excites.
No matter what stage you're at in life, you're always looking to take the next step forward. At Deseret First Credit Union, we want to take each and every next step with you. With low auto loan rates, you can be ready to see what's around every new corner. And amazing rates on home mortgages, so you can move up to something you've always dreamed of. Deseret First Credit Union, with you every financial step of the way. Membership and eligibility required. Equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a better way to deliver results this year? Expanding your product line or building new locations? How about your online presence? Does it need a boost? Maybe you just want to put a little more distance between you and the competition. Tap into the powerful engine of BYU Athletics and let us put together a plan unique to your business. We can provide you with the tools designed to enhance your brand on a local, regional, or national level. We invite your team to join ours. For details, email sponsorship@byu.edu today.
Do you know that I'm driving from Alaska all the way down to Argentina, and I'm doing it with no money?
It fascinated me about what you do for your community.
I don't think we really do anything, we just help people.
This world belongs to all of us, and we must find a way to share it, because it's the only home we have.
I ain't got no chill. Another one, boy.
Ducks, right here, bud. 8 holes. Here we go.
All right. Gavin Baxter, small forward from here in Provo. LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan. Favorite movie? Batman. Bucket list place to go? California. Secret talent? Don't have any. Which staff member still has game? Bush. Biggest fear? Heights. Superpower would I choose to have? Being invisible. Teammate I wouldn't mess with. Luke. Favorite basketball player? Kevin Durant. Most memorable basketball moment? Dunking on Yoli.
Count it! Nice work. Nice work.
When have you ever dunked on me? That's the funny thing. No. We can get the film and he's dunking on you, though.
All right, that's Gavin Baxter with an off-camera cameo from Yoli Childs. With a bit of a rebuttal there at the end, Coach.
I told you that the funnest part of this will be all the mistakes that these guys made when they run that reel back, because when you do that in front of your teammates, I know for sure it didn't take one take. There's other takes that are involved in that.
By the way, he said, they asked Coach who has game, he said Bush. He's talking about Steve Bushman,
Steve
who is
Bushman, our equipment manager. And Steve's the greatest guy, but I don't know if he ever really had a lot of game. Maybe back in high school, but that would have been before any of these guys' parents were born. You know, he's been around for a while.
Well, I know Steve appreciates the shout out from Gav. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. By the way, in our crowd tonight, we got some people with close ties to Coach Rose here tonight. Who do we have?
Got all four of my grandsons are here, with my son Garrett and my wife Cheryl, who always comes. But Corbin just had a birthday. He turned 3 years old the other day. And in fact, his birthday is the same date as my youngest daughter, Taylor, January 26th. So we had a lot of birthdays going on last week.
Not bad to double up.
Corbin, Bradley, Calvin, and Blake. They all get a shout out.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Yeah. We invite you to join the conversation using #RoseShow on Twitter, as well as a comment on the BYU TV Sports Facebook and Instagram accounts for your chance to have a social media question asked during our Q&A sessions. And we've got our first Q&A session coming up right about now. And we go to social for this. At Tezzyman on Twitter asks how the crowd can affect the game against Gonzaga on Thursday.
Well, I think that we experienced the home crowd kind of interesting when we went 5 games on the road this year, and it was so nice to get back in the Marriott Center where your guys feel like you got everybody there cheering for them. And I don't know if there's any real studies that have ever been done, but I do know that the home teams, if you go through all the games during a night, the home team usually wins, and I think a lot of that is the energy that the crowd brings to the players. And I think sometimes that consistent energy throughout 40 minutes is the difference between who wins and who loses. And sometimes you get on the road and you have some, times when maybe you're not playing as well as you should, and then you fix it and bring it back together. But at home, I think it's a little bit easier to keep the energy going with the crowd.
Felt like it was the loudest it had been all year during the St. Mary's game.
It was a great crowd, and it wasn't so much numbers, but it felt like, kind of interesting, our staff talked about it, felt like the old NIT crowds. Remember when we'd have the tickets,
a whole fresh crowd.
The tickets would get opened up to a whole new group of people, right. And it just seemed like maybe people gave their tickets away, and it was a new group of guys as far as seeing that, because they were good from the jump. It was really good.
Okay, social media again from at Cameron Ty on Twitter. Question is, have expectations changed after beating St. Mary's and then seeing both the Gales and USF lose on Saturday?
I don't think so. I think the expectations always been the same. I think fans sometimes lose a little bit of steam and a little bit of hope when your team takes a few losses, but our guys are dialed in. Like I said at the start of the show, our best basketball, I really believe, is ahead of us and in front of us. And we've been at this point, a lot of years where they're talking about NCAA tournament berths and seeds and where we're going to be, and you still, no matter where you are right now, you got to play, and you got to win, and you've got to be able to compete. And our guys are together as any team we've had on January 28th, and so I'm excited to get rolling with them.
Facebook for Devin, who asks, and one of the reasons things are going better is Gavin Baxter's playing really well. His questions about Gavin. Does Gavin Baxter have the green light to shoot more on offense?
Well, I think Gav is kind of, developing into his role on this team. And right now, I think his offense is mostly all around the basketball. That's where he's really effective. And I think we got him in that dunker spot. And when we drive and guys help up and we can get that ball up to him, it's just really natural for him to catch the ball out of the air and to finish. He's done a great job on offensive rebounds, being able to score. I think he shot his first or second 3 the other night, still waiting to hit that, but got to the free throw line, is playing well from the line. So I think his role just continues to expand as his confidence expands. And I think you got to throw in some other guys. I think Zach is really starting to play better. His back is feeling so much better after a procedure. I think McKay has really had a nice little 4 or 5 game stint, filling in for Jashir when Jashir's out. So hopefully we bring Shear back and get him to the level that he was at, and get Luke. And I just think that you got to count on those same guys to always be good. But I think we can grow this roster. Nick's playing better, so I'm excited about our group.
Back to Gab, who you started with. He does lead the team in field goal percentage. A lot of his work days is around the rim, which helps, but he's above 60 right now. You talked about Shear, which leads us to our next question from Instagram from Brand V7. When Jahshire Hardnett returns, and you can tell us how that's coming, how will that affect this team on the court?
Well, I think it'll help us. I mean, Shear is a really good defensive player. What he does, an ability, and especially in transition, I think offensively, he's really quick with the ball. He's fast as far as advancing the ball up the floor. He can get between defenders and get to the rim and finish. And he's one of our best free throw shooters. So all those things are things that we can really use.
How close is he?
He practiced yesterday, and you could see him, trying to find himself. Today was a lot better. He had a good practice today. We'll see how he feels tomorrow, and he needs to see the doctor tomorrow and then see what happens. We'll go from there. Hopefully, we're expecting that he can play this weekend.
That'd be great.
We hope so.
Twitter, at Rayanne Lynn. And here's a question that we have to have a bit of subtext for. The question is, who's the best shooter right now out of you, Coach Lacombe, and Coach Lewis? Somehow Lee Kamar gets left out of that. I guess they just assume that Lee's going to win the contest. So of the next three.
Well, I'm gonna just tell the honest truth, okay? Quincy played for me at Dixie when I was the coach there, and was a heck of a point guard. As good a point guard, one of the top 5 that I've ever coached, I think. And Tim just had shoulder surgery, and I can still barely get my shoulder up over, my head. So I'm going to go with Quince.
Okay. From Instagram, at Brick Harris. Do you have?
But if my shoulder was good,
then you're right there with them.
No question.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Yes,
You're not supposed to talk
do.
about them if you have them.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
I do have one, and I would say I bet in all the games that we've ever played here, especially at BYU as the head coach, I've maybe gone once or twice without taking a nap before a game. So that's probably my biggest pregame
Get your nap in.
And the best thing about it is that it's about an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, where everyone just kind of accepts the fact that they don't bug me. And I don't know if the nap is better or the fact that people don't bug me is better. But they all say that, no, he's in there taking a nap. So.
That's good. And you say, it almost always happens.
Always happens.
Good. Our last question from social, from at John_L. A lot of underscores on Twitter. In your opinion, how has the game changed for the better since you first started coaching at BYU?
We talk about this a lot because the game has really changed a lot, especially the rules of the game. I think the defensive play at the basket, where inside the restricted arc, the secondary defender can come in and jump straight up, straight down, and take the contact and play on. I think that's an interesting rule, and I think the advantage is for the really athletic teams. For us, we've had so many players that could go in there and draw fouls and get to the free throw line and help us. We don't get that called nearly as much anymore. I think so. That's interesting, but I think it's an exciting play for the game, and I think it's also now a play that officials can actually officiate, and what's happening. Before, they just drive in there, and sometimes they'd call something, sometimes they wouldn't. I think fans know now that if an athlete in the secondary position jumps straight up, straight down, and there's contact, that there's not going to be a call. So that's something. I think that the hand checking out on the perimeter has allowed more freedom of movement, cutters not being chucked. And so I think that offensively you see the scores are improving, but I like the game on the offensive end, so I think it's more exciting to watch. And the toughest thing, though, is trying to figure out how you're going to get to the free throw line every night, because every night is different. Some nights, I don't want to harp on stuff, but that Illinois State game at Illinois State, if we'd had a different set of officials, we'd got on the free throw line 25 times. We just would have. The set that we had just said, get up, play on, so.
Like an NCAA tournament game that way.
And I don't really worry too much about games that we haven't played. Well, that's why I'm talking about it now.
By the way, one of our league games this past weekend, not the BYU game, had 69 free throws.
Yeah. And then you'll get other games where there'll be 11 by one team and 13 by the other, and 26. 26 and 69, that's a big difference. And I think the officials are trying to figure out how they can bring all that together, but those guys are independent contractors, and they decide what they want to do when they want to do it.
Okay, fans, appreciate the questions for Coach Rose this week. Hey, Wednesday is at 8 Eastern. That means tomorrow night you go on BYU Radio and you get better acquainted with Cougars past and present on Behind the Mic. It's a weekly hour of Cougar conversations. This week, I visit with former BYU basketball player Charles Abuo and All-American runner here at BYU, Erica Burke-Jarvis. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on BYU Radio. Coming up next, former Gonzaga Bulldog, current Cougar Jesse Wade joins the program as BYU Basketball with Dave Rose continues on BYU TV and BYU Radio.
Have a car wreck? Martin's Collision Repair.
The right repair, the right paint, the right choice. Martin's Collision Repair.
Living at Trio is not about retirement. It's about fun.
It was so different from everything we'd been taught to expect about senior living.
I was delighted when we came and they had these raised gardens.
Just love it here. I wish more people knew about Trio.
Learn more at btrio.com.
Okay, where were we?
No! Who's laughing now?
Everybody enjoys a little prank from time to time. Add a little magic to the prank, and things get even more interesting.
What? That is insane.
This season, I'm teaming up with families to prank siblings, friends, parents, and their kids.
What?
You're on TV right now. I'm Eric LeClaire, and it's time for a little mischief.
This is why you brought me here?
High fives, you guys are awesome. High fives, Mom.
Welcome back to BYU Basketball with Dave Rose. Well, he was a high school star at Davis. He started his college career in Spokane, and he's one of two Cougars in the BYU athletics family. He's our first special guest on tonight's show. Please welcome to the set sophomore sharpshooter Jesse Wade. Hello, Jesse. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, not entirely a coincidence we're talking this week, as it turns out. It is not your first BYU Gonzaga game, but the first time it'll be spent on the BYU bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've had a few questions I would think about this week in the build-up. How you taking it all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. I think it's just going to be a little weird, not going to lie, but just because I know the guys so well for Gonzaga and the coaching staff. But I'm excited to see them. Go Cougs, but it's going to be a cool game.
What ultimately brought you to Provo?
You know, I had a great experience up at Gonzaga. I learned a lot, but just wanted to make a change. Felt like it was the right timing for me. Get to be closer to home. You know, I'm from Kaysville, so get to be closer to home and come play for BYU and Coach Rose. It's where it's kind of like a dream come true in many ways. So just come be a part of it. I felt right about it.
And Coach Rose, you've been acquainted with Jesse Wade's game for a long time.
Yeah, I think that he wanted to play with come and go to school with his sister, and then. She's on our soccer team, and she got called to a mission in Houston, and the mission president's Jeremy Guthrie, who is a good friend of ours. So it's kind of interesting.
It's your old stomping grounds.
How all that kind of worked out. But I think that it's exciting to when we heard that Jesse was on the market looking for a new team and a new school, and we got involved, and it was amazing how kind of that worked out. And it's been interesting practice. We've had a lot of guys go through this situation, and when you talk about guys like Chase Fisher and Matt Carlino and Kyle Davis and Eli, and a lot of those guys, most of them all were all-league players, and I don't think any of them has had as good a redshirt year on that scout team as far as productivity and what he's done and how he's developed as Jesse has. So we're looking forward to some really great years together.
Fair to say, Dave, that Jesse makes a lot of shots.
A lot of shots, and a lot of hard shots. And, he challenges our our team every day in our ability to try to, help us get better and guard because he's always the best player, their best scorer. And today I challenge him to be left-handed, because the guy that he's actually playing is a left-handed guy, and it's not. I need him to go left a few times, but he gives us great looks every day.
Jesse, what did you hope to get out of your redshirt season here at BYU?
I mean, I just wanted to improve in the areas that, I felt like I was maybe struggling in, and then just really hone in on those things, and then strengthen the areas that, I feel like I was good at. So just, overall, and kind of maybe be able to jump higher, move quicker, especially, my physical body I wanted to really work on. But yeah, I just expanding my game in ways that I especially could during a redshirt year, where every other night wasn't a game and I didn't want to try something because I hadn't practiced it and I wasn't very good at it. So I've just been really taking this year to just expand my game.
What would you say the strongest part of your game is right now?
Shooting the ball. Scoring. I feel like that's what I do best, is making plays and scoring the ball.
It's I think it's well, I'm not sure. You can kind of fill us in on this. TJ Haas and you served in the same mission, right? Yeah. But he was out before you, so you kind of got in maybe halfway through for him.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was great. We did a little exchange on the island of Corsica, which was cool. It's just this beautiful island just south of France where I was serving. We got to do an exchange, and
I think I saw a picture with the two of you, right? At some point.
Yeah, no, it was great, and it's cool to kind of see where he was at before the mission, because we knew each other, and then on the mission, and then post mission, just to kind of follow the person that he's become. It's pretty cool.
So it's France Lyon, right?
Yeah.
Was your mission?
Yeah.
Speaking of missions, I think it's 2 weeks tomorrow that'll mark 2 weeks in the field, and maybe just the MTC for your sister Olivia, right?
Yeah. Yep. Tomorrow's 1 week. No.
Should be 2 weeks, right? I think it's been 2 weeks already.
2. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. 2 weeks. Sorry.
So she's down in Mexico City in an MTC there, but she'll be heading to Houston speaking Spanish.
Yep. She's going to be an amazing.
Have you heard from her yet?
Yeah. We got one P day in, and then another one tomorrow. So yeah, she's doing great. She loves it. She's so involved in the work already. It's awesome to get her emails. She's amazing. I'm so proud of her.
You got to see her play 1 season of soccer.
Yeah. Yep.
And she'll have 3 more to come when she gets back. So you'll both be competing together at that point.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
When could you tell that she was going to be a special player?
Honestly, ever since rec league soccer, when she was 5, 6 years old, she would score so many goals in her games. I'm talking, honestly, 10, 12, 15 goals. And it was honestly embarrassing sometimes. The coaches would have to kind of tell her, okay, just play defense. But she would just get the ball, and she's so fast, she just go score. So I think I knew just when she was younger that she was such a good athlete and such a good player.
Well, it'll be awesome to get her back when she does get back. Coach Rose showed us that Cheryl and Garrett and grandkids are here. Who'd you bring with us to the show tonight?
My wife, Jade Wade. So she's here.
Hello, Jade Wade. So when you first started dating Jesse, do you think, oh no? Or do you think, that's all right, Jade Wade has a nice ring to it? Okay. Okay, good stuff. Good to have you here, by the way. All right, we'll take a break. If you're looking for an even more convenient way to shop at Smith's, try Smith's Click List. Order online, pick up curbside by the store. Visit smithsfoodanddrug.com for details. After the break, BYU Coordinator of Player Development and video guru Garrett Fawcett joins us as BYU Basketball with Dave Rose continues on BYU TV and BYU Radio.
We kissed last night.
What? Who, Steve or Ben? I hope it was Ben who reminds me of your father.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I need to make sure that you're eating right, so I'm moving in.
What? No, Mom, there's not enough room.
I've solved that problem. Don't worry, Jenny's fine with it. Who wants waffles?
Huh?
Yeah.
BYU meal plans, because Mom shouldn't be there.
Couture luxurious blanket. Getting cozy with family and friends. A gift for everyone. Minky Couture, official luxury blanket of BYU Athletics.
starting quarterback.
And App Envy. Watch BYU Sports Nation on BYU TV and BYU radio apps.
I didn't think that would go public.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's go inside and look around.
This is the house right here. How cute is that house?
From homelessness to a house of their own.
You ready to see it?
Trieger and Rob Strasberg set out on a mission to redesign and refurbish these families' homes and impact the community, one family at a time.
We're so happy for you guys.
Witness the transformation on Welcome Home.
We are back on BYU Basketball with Dave Rose on BYU TV and BYU Radio, presented in part by Smith's. Low prices, market fresh at Smith's. Well, our next guest on tonight's show has seen a lot of the country and a lot of basketball, much of it through cameras, video monitors, and desktops. He is BYU's coordinator of player development, Garrett Fawcett. Hello, Garrett. Thanks for coming on.
Hey,
good to have you here. Good to see you. So, as coordinator of player development, great title. Sure. What are your actual responsibilities and tools of the trade?
So like this time of year, the biggest thing I kind of work on is the video for our team, helping our guys get ready for games, getting them as much video as they want, really. Like, so we got Gonzaga Thursday. So like one of our guys could come on their iPad or their phone and watch as much video every game they've played this year. They could even get as detailed as they want, as watch like Perkins, watch every shot Perkins takes, every possession Perkins has. So it's really good for those guys because each guy's different and how much film they want to watch and how much time they want to put into those things. So that's kind of the busiest thing right now, helping the coaches make sure he has everything that he needs for his film and what he likes to watch and see. So
how much has technology changed the game for you?
It just makes it, for me, it's kind of fun actually to kind of see technology advance and to help these guys and receive video in different ways. So like coach has an iPad, he doesn't ever have to worry about what games are on the iPad because they're there for him. I don't even have to see it, it just automatically does it. So it's kind of cool for that. And then our players have access to whatever they want because, I mean, I put it up, you know, coach likes to call it the cloud, put it on the cloud. And then our players can get it from the cloud and watch whatever they want. So
Dave, how important is what Garrett does to what the staff and players need to get done every week?
It's really important because I don't know where the cloud is. And I don't know how to get stuff out of the cloud, but these guys, they all figure that out. And with Garrett, it's his job is really intense at this time of year because he's got 5, different guys that are watching film, and he's got to load it on, each of their devices, and each guy does it a little bit different. And then he cuts it up, and then if some guys will just give him numbers of clips, and he's got to pull them all together. And then we have, a scouting report that we give before every game that he's in charge of. So, and then each coach has a scout, and so, Coach Kamard has got, let's say LMU, and he's got his way that he does it, and Garrett's got to figure out the best way to, take care of each guy. So it's pretty complicated, but he does a great job for us.
Garrett, describe your upbringing and when you first became involved with BYU basketball.
Sure. So my dad was in the military. So we moved around a fair amount. I was born in Washington, D.C., lived out there while he was going to medical school at the Armed Forces Medical School there. And we moved to Denver, we moved to Kansas, then we came out here to Salt Lake, actually, where he did his residency up at Primary Children's. And then from there, we moved to El Paso, Texas, and then I went to all of high school up in the Seattle area, south of Seattle a little bit. And so that was kind of my growing up, and always loved basketball. It was always kind of a part of my life, and came to BYU and missed, being part of a team and missed the game, just being around the game. And so I remember going into the coach's offices and actually talking to Coach Wardenberg at the time, like, hey, I'd love to help out the team in any sort of way, and was able to be a manager for the times I was here as an undergraduate, and then left for 2 years and worked for Jim Larinaga at George Mason. And that was fun. It was a great experience. And then I had the wonderful opportunity to come back and work for Coach. And I've been here 7 seasons now. So that's kind of it. That's
kind of flown by. You guys had a lot of success back at George Mason the time you were there, didn't you?
Yeah. The second year we were there, we went to the NCAA tournament, won the league, beat a really good Ohio State team in the first round of the tournament. I mean, Villanova team, and then lost to a really good Ohio State team in the second round of the tournament. So it was fun. Great guys, good team, great coaches. So it was fun.
Okay. It could be either a player or a coach. Who's the most tech-savvy person you work with?
The easiest is who's not the most tech-savvy. And that would go to actually Quincy. Quincy kind of takes that one. And then the rest of them are great. I mean, Lee knows how to do everything. Tim's on it. You can show him one time, and he's picked it up pretty easy. So.
Okay. How much do you enjoy the league grind once we get to this point when you're in the thick of it right now?
I like it because there's a lot of carryover. So the non-conference is actually really busy because you have one opponent, they play 5 games, you're preparing for those games, and then the next opponent plays 5 games, but in the league, there's, they play 5 games, but yet you already worked on a lot of those games that are already done because you already played Pepperdine or whoever it may be. So.
Right. Okay, hang tight. We'll do a 3 in the Key with you guys coming up in a second. BYU Sports Nation right now with Kiki Solano is your place for Cougar sports with a social media twist. On the latest episode, a former Cougar Twitter pictures become a masterpiece. Watch it on the BYU Sports Nation Facebook, IGTV, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. Coming up next, this week's installment of 3 in the Key with Yoli Childs. Stay with us.
BYU Basketball with Dave Rose is brought to you by Siegfried & Jensen, helping Utah families for over 25 years. And by Nissan, innovation that excites.
Call it a path or a way through. It can be arrow straight or have twists and turns. It's life's financial journey, and Mountain America Credit Union is here to guide you every step of the way. With timely advice and affordable products, this is your journey. Let's begin together. We're Mountain America, guiding you forward.
Family competition bringing you together. Wednesdays on BYU TV. Sure, winning 50 grand is nice, but finding family is even better on Relative Race. Then, see how families showed they know each other best on Just Like Mom and Dad. And things really get cooking as top bakers fulfill kids' wishes on Best Cake Wins.
This one.
Cheer with your family. Wednesdays on BYU TV.
Everybody, smile. My character is Dwight. I'm Dwight. Dwight. Model citizen, nicest kid around, always doing things for other people.
You helping with a school fundraiser?
Sure am.
Mortal enemy or harmless peasant? Princess Greta is a Gothic warrior princess from 1,000 years ago.
You have the honor of addressing Princess Greta, the besieged. I am her court magician, Baldric. He is responsible for casting the champion spell. This is the champion we've been waiting for.
We're watching your every move.
Hexala is a little bit of an enigma. I like to keep her that way.
Curious. This is the happiest day of my life.
Clodwig?
My full title is actually Prince Clodwig the Unstable, because I'm known to be semi-volatile.
There aren't too many shows out there these days that everyone can watch and enjoy, and I think this will certainly be one.
Welcome back to BYU Basketball with Dave Rose, presented by Siegfried & Jensen. Here's our Cougars in the pros. Jimmer Fredette, another half century for him over in China. Tyler Haws getting it done over in Spain. JT still hooping it up in Italy. Kyle Collinsworth playing for the Raptors G League squad up north. Cougars in the pros for you. All right, time now for 3 in the Key. Jesse Wade, Garrett Fawcett, Coach Dave Rose here. They're going to be our contestants tonight as they face the 3-question gauntlet thrown down by this week's special guest player. He's Yoli Childs, who has 3 queries about himself. Here we go, yo.
All right, guys, let's see how well you know me. All right, first question. What's my favorite food?
Favorite food? We always help things out here. We give you some options. It's one of these 4. Either the pizza, the sushi, the steak, or the chicken nuggets. Everyone loves chicken nuggets.
Sure.
Okay, so what are you thinking, Garrett?
I'm going to go with sushi.
Oh, sushi.
Sushi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sushi.
It's clean sweep for these guys. Let's see how close they can.
I'm thinking we'll go 9-0.
Okay.
And the reason is because Yo is the one who talks the most.
So you know the most about him.
Yeah, it's the guys who talk the least, like Zach.
But the hard ones to figure out.
But Yo, I think we're going to get this.
Okay, let's go.
Sushi.
Hey. Okay. So we are 3 for 3 on the way to 9 for 9.
Okay.
Next up from Yoli.
All right, question number 2. Favorite TV show?
And the choices for you are New Girl, because it's always New Girl, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office, or Parks and Rec. Garrett?
I'm going to go with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You know he loves anime, too. I thought that would be up.
Yeah. I'm going to go with New Girl.
Coach Rose.
I'm going with Jesse.
Okay, we can't go 9 for 9 now because there's some disparity here, but let's see.
New Girl.
Oh, Garrett.
I blew it.
All right, question 3 from Yoli.
Did you know he liked that?
All right, question number 3. Favorite movie?
Favorite motion picture for Yoli Childs? We're going to go with either Coach Carter, Blue Chips, Pearl Harbor, or Space Jam. Garrett?
Let's go Space Jam.
Jess?
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. It's his favorite actor. Everybody knows.
And again, Garrett's the odd man out here. Let's see how we do.
I go first.
You guys should know this one. Coach Carter.
So it's a 7 for 9 tonight. Nice. By the way, can we get Jesse? These shoes you're wearing are truly old school, are they not?
That's right.
Yes,
Describe what you're wearing for us tonight here.
Just some retro ones. So Michael Jordan's first pair signature shoe that he had with Nike.
These are back in the day type Michael Jordan stuff. Very clean look. All right, not a lot of red and white in the studio usually. So,
I know.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
All right, I wish we had time for social. Do we have any time for social media questions with you guys? We have no time for social media questions. You guys got off easy. But thanks for coming in, playing 3 in the key, and Garrett, better luck next time on those. All right, break time. Coach Rose's closing comments coming up next. This is BYU Basketball with Dave Rose on BYU TV and BYU Radio.
If I got hurt and was laid up at home, I wouldn't even think to call a lawyer. What a hassle. I'd want to meet them first.
What if I told you that for your first consultation, your lawyer will come to you, home or hospital?
Really?
Really.
They do that?
If you've been seriously injured, we'll come to you. It's your job to get better. It's our job to deal with the insurance companies and protect your legal rights.
Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com.
I've got a thing with heights, man. Don't look down. Woo!
Kept all the basic adjustments that make the car run good.
Oh my gosh.
That was a fun day.
I do this really weird face that I call the constipated chicken.
Arden, your dad is an actor.
Well,
your mom regretfully told us that she snores.
Yes, I give it to the wall. I understand that you beatbox and drum on yourself. Can you give us a little taste of that? Yeah, it's bad.
We've got all the exciting adventures here on BYU TV. A man goes around the world to prove that kindness is alive and well, which he pays back in unexpected ways. It's a new episode of The Kindness Diaries, tonight at 7:30 Mountain. Then, after the family fortune of 2 sisters is frozen, they need a sweet-smelling plan to try and restore their wealth. Watch Sense and Sensibility, tomorrow at 7 Mountain. Watch your favorite BYU TV shows here and catch up anytime on BYUtv.org or the BYU TV app.
37 minutes.
All right, fans, a reminder, you can enjoy a full hot breakfast buffet, dinner Monday through Wednesday, a kitchen in a large grassy backyard along the Provo River Trail, all at the Residence Inn, Marriott in Provo. Thank you, Residence Inn. Welcome back to BYU Basketball with Dave Rose here on BYU TV and BYU Radio. We're presented by Siegfried and Jensen. Here's your broadcast schedule again for the week. 2 games here at home, ending up a 3-game homestand. 4th-ranked Gonzaga at the Marriott Center for that late tip on Thursday night. ESPN2 for the TV and BYU Radio for the radio. And then Saturday, LMU here at the Marriott Center. That'll be a 7 o'clock Mountain Time tip, 9 back east. It'll be an 8 o'clock Eastern and 6 o'clock Mountain Time pregame on BYU Radio, also on BYU TV. Well, Thursday's game, Coach, kind of hit it earlier, puts you at the halfway point in your WCC campaign. And halfway this year means 8 games with 2 fewer games to play in league.
Yeah, and I think that it's such a big game for our guys, and hopefully that we'll play well. Obviously, the goal is to get a big win. I think what's really interesting that you take these 2 guys, Garrett and Jesse, and you won't see any part of them. You'll see Jesse on the bench, but you won't see Garrett. He's in the back clipping everything. There's so many people that are involved in a team and putting a team together, and I think that That's probably the best part of my job, is that the guys that I work with, not only the players, but my staff and all the support people. I mean, it's unbelievable how much work goes into, you know, getting our guys ready to play on Thursday night, and then flipping that thing around, you know, on Friday to get ready for Saturday. And I'll just shout out right now to all those people who, you know, are back there working, ready to go, because we got a big weekend and looking forward to 2 big wins.
Because it's more than a team. When they call it a program, they mean it. It's a program.
There's a lot of people
going on.
And the one thing that I feel really confident about every day is that the responsibilities the guys have, that they're all doing their job. And I think that's a lot of my management style. I let them do their job, but expect them to do their job, and they all come through for us.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend, Thursday, Saturday.
All right. Thanks a lot. Look forward to it.
We'll see you in the building. All right, to join us here in Studio C next week, save your seats at BYUCougars.com/Rose Show. We'll talk to you next Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. For the coach, for Jesse Wade, for Garrett Fawcett, I'm Greg Wrubell. And this has been BYU Basketball with Dave Rose, live from Studio C on BYU TV and BYU Radio. Good night. Go Cougs.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine.